And welcome to my channel. I'm Kristen, and today I'm sharing some DIYs with Dollar Tree frames. This first one I found I thought was really cool. It is a chalkboard inside a frame. Maybe it's not a chalkboard, it didn't really feel like one, but it's still really cool, and that's just what we're gonna call it. I only found one of these though, but I would have bought more if I would have found some. I decided to go ahead and use my Chalkboard silkscreen transfer for this one. This says it's so good to be home, and I've actually never used this one, so I thought this would actually look perfect. I'm just going to go ahead and use the color Bright White chalk paste. This is also by Chalkboard, and then I'm going to go ahead and use the eucalyptus, and I think that is just the perfect color for any sort of farmhouse decor, but just even like spring. I just think it is such a pretty green color. Of course, my favorite part is peeling back the stencil to see the finished product, and I just love the way this turned out. But you know, the more I was looking at it, I was like, okay, this gold is just not working. So I did tone it down quite a bit, and I just used a dry brush. Is it a dry brush? A chip brush. But I'm dry brushing with my chip brush and just some Waverly chalk paint, and I just think this toned it down so much more, and I just think that looks so good. Next frames, they have had these at Dollar Tree for as long as I can remember, but I'm just going to take them apart and just add some scrapbook paper to the back sides of these. Now, I don't know if it's just me or not, but the Dollar Tree frames are really, they're just such less quality than I feel like they used to be. I don't buy frames all the time, but I guess if you're going to leave these on a shelf, these will work, or maybe pick up some better frames. But I mean, for $1.25, what else would I be asking for? But I think the overall of this product turned out really cute. I was just very disappointed when I tore some of these frames apart. You're going to see in some of my next DIYs that they were just breaking, and it was so disappointing because the frames itself, they look so cool. So once I added that scrapbook paper, and that scrapbook paper pack was actually from Dollar Tree as well, I'm just going to go ahead and use some rub-on transfers. I love using these rub-on transfers. I'm not sure if they're called rub-on stencils on Amazon or not. These are from Reprima Design brand, and I just really love these. I love that they have so many different ones to choose from. I love the farmhouse ones that they sell, but I think I've really used too many of those. But these butterflies I thought would be perfect. I'm hoping that spring is just right around the corner because I don't think I can handle many more of these cold days. But I just put a butterfly on each one of these, and then I did end up using that loved rub-on transfer for one of these as well. If you're new to trying out rub-on transfers, I would definitely try it on glass first. Glass just seems to adhere so much easier than some other projects. I just think it is such a good like starter project to do. But I think rub-on transfers are so great to use. Sometimes they don't come off all the way, so you just kind of want to peel that front or that like plastic off very slowly so you don't tear or rip any of the rub-on transfer. But I think these are absolutely adorable. Next project, I'm actually going to be using 4 of these frames. Now, when I started YouTube, it's going on 8 years. It's been a long time, but we were able to make just some really simple, fun projects that were just easy and you didn't really have to think super outside the box. But I wanted to make one of these again because it has been probably 6 or 7 years since I have made one. If you grab 4 of these frames, and you can really grab whatever size you want. I preferred these ones, and I think they hold 5 by 7 photos. I'm almost positive they do. And then I'm just going to be gluing 4 of them together just to make a fun faux window. And if you want one of these in your home, this is a really inexpensive way to do it. Now, these are all the same frames, but actually one was just a little bit bigger than the others, which I don't know how that happens, but it did, but you really can't tell in the video. And then once the 2 were glued and the other 2 were glued, I just went ahead and glued all 4 together. And then I wanted to just make a better support on the back side. It was just a little flimsy, and I just went ahead and added some larger craft sticks and some popsicle sticks. And I only added 3 because that's all I had, but I probably would have used more if I would have had more. But this is just such a quick project to make. And then I already had a wreath on hand, and then I didn't glue the wreath because I'm going to be reusing that for something else, and I just like having it in my craft room anyways. I just used a command hook to add to the center of the frame, and there you go. You just have the cutest little thing. I think this is very farmhouse. If you like farmhouse like I do, you definitely want to make this. Don't want all the glue and all the hassle. This is a fast DIY. You're going to grab this calendar. This is from Dollar Tree this year, and I was just flipping through it. Some of these are actually the same as last year's calendar, which was kind of funny to me, but I'll be excited to use some in future projects. But anyways, I decided to go ahead and go with this bird, and then I just took the glass out of the frame so I could trace the back side of it, and I could kind of see through, so it wasn't super hard to trace the back side. And then I cut it to size and just added it to the frame, and this is just like a really fun way to create some decor on a huge budget. And then if you wanted to replace these with different pictures from the calendar, you could absolutely do that as well. Why I'm using another one of these frames. I did grab 4 of these because I was going to make a different type of project, changed my mind, and just went with 2 separate ones. I'm using this pack of rub-on transfers. This is from Dollar Tree, and I have seen these recently at my Dollar Tree. I found these probably last year, but they're still lingering around. So sometimes you can find them, sometimes you can't. Once that was cut to size, I just went ahead and added it to the top of the glass. Once that was done, I just added everything back inside the frame. I didn't really want to add the little tabs back, but I did, and then I ended up adding the paper in the frame as well because I wasn't going to, and then I was like, I do not want that glass falling out, but we're going to be making a little tray here, so I just put everything back, and I ripped off that little, I don't know, the little stand on the back side, whatever that is, of the frame, and then I just went ahead and added this terracotta pot, and I just think this is the cutest little tray. Guys, that is it for the video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please make sure you give it a thumbs up. And if you are new to my channel, I would love you to stick around and subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.